Newcastle news. Newcastle United news, ladies and gentlemen. If there are any news to talk about, it looks like Newcastle United are in contract talks over Anthony Gordon and Alexander Isak, which is something to update people on. According to who was it, Semi Makbel, that said 9 million for Anthony Gordon, and 9 million a year, which would make it what per week?
180 grand a week.
Yeah,
Make him the highest paid.
He would be the
Bruno's
highest
on
paid.
160.
Yeah, highest paid player. Is Gordon, do you think, should he be the highest paid player in Newcastle United currently?
I think it's where we should be headed.
Yeah, just on the basis that his is the latest contract.
Right.
So,
okay. Is Gordon
that's where we need to be.
Is Gordon the most important player in this team?
That's not the question.
Well, that is what we're doing. That is the question, actually. I just asked you a question. You're going to tell me that's not the question.
I'm going to say probably. I would say Gordon isn't the most important player in the team.
Who is the most important player, old man? Tell me.
For me, J7.
Oh, Howie, man. Howie, man.
I'm telling you. That's what I think.
Wait.
I think we can replace Bruno. I think we can replace Botman. I think we can even replace Gordon. I don't think we can replace J7.
Hello?
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 I don't hear you.
Hello? Where
I know nothing.
I can hear you and I can hear Gary. Can you hear me, Gary?
What the hell?
Hello?
Keep talking, I'll be back.
Yeah, so we can hear one another, but thankfully we can't hear Chris. Well, actually, we could hear him, but he couldn't hear us. Anyway, yeah, as I say, who do you think is the most important player, Bruno?
For us at the moment, I would say Isak is he's got to be mentioned because obviously the two players that are obviously looking to extend the contracts is Isak and Gordon.
Right. And so in answer to this question, I think when Isak renews his contract, he'll get more than Gordon will.
Yep. Do you think that? Well,
but it's all about the purse, isn't it? At the end of the day, you've still got to give a contract that you can support. And I know, obviously, with all this money that's hanging around us at this present moment in time, it still has to fall within the budget. So for me, if you want to retain the players and get a value on them, because obviously every year that ticks by, the value gets less and less. And if we want to go down the Mitchell route of having a team where we've got assets within, then you've got to put them on contracts to stop the bidding war. Because obviously, when it comes up to 2 years, and that's what obviously Liverpool are looking at now, come the summer, the cheeky bid would come in for Gordon, and we know his head's going to turn. And that's what you've got to stop. So you either make the decision and say, we'll put our two brightest youngsters at a decent wage. And obviously, as the other players come in, then you've got a ceiling to set. Now, if that's the top end of your ceiling, and that's what you can afford, then why not? I certainly think that it's something that's deserved. If you've seen what Gordon can produce, and he wants to continue on that same plateau, if you like. We don't want him to obviously go down. We want him to continue doing what he does good. He started to show his true form, but for me, if you can get that, if you can get the same out of him season in, season out, then he's worth every bit of the money that they're going to spend on him.
Yeah. Bessie says, "Hey, when you look like you're ready to teach at Harvard."
I'm going to teach Pep a thing or two about management.
There you go. Well, I mean, I don't know that Gordon is the best player that we have.
Well, he's the only current England international we've got. We've got Tino coming through.
And Pope. And Gordon's not getting much minutes. So I agree that the future
Tino's
is
not getting any, and neither is Pope.
Yeah, but we're not asking Tino to be the best player, the best paid player in the squad. So my point is, before doing something catastrophic, I would just wait to see what the season entails.
What exactly do you mean by that?
I would see how he performs this season. What tells you he's not a one-hit wonder?
What? So you're saying that you wouldn't sign, you would keep Gordon on 60 grand a week or whatever he's on at the minute, and expect him to stay and commit himself.
Does his contract expire at the end of this at the end of the year?
He's 2.5 years.
Okay,
2
then.
years
So
left on it.
he's still got time. I would see what he looks like
Well,
this
in
season.
which case, I think you're saying goodbye to him.
Not really, because he's still tied for another year and a half or whatever.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to sell him, but
That's what I said.
But you ain't stopping here. He ain't stopping here on 60 grand a week when all his teammates are on 150 grand a week.
Yeah, but those teammates have proven themselves. Isak is a top goal scorer, competed with Haaland. That's another level of stuff.
Isak's just done 60 as well.
Well, he's proven himself. He's proven himself. Without those goals, we're nowhere. Bruno Guimaraes is the captain of this team, one of the best midfielders in the team.
You're seriously saying that you wouldn't offer Gordon a new contract now and improve an improvement?
Not now. I wouldn't.
Well, I would wait until you bore me. You absolutely bore me.
I would wait until the end of the season because you have to understand, man.
He'll be gone. He'll be gone in January if that's your attitude.
That's not the why. Why would you say that? He's tied into a contract. He has to. Which, by the way, you give him a new contract doesn't mean that he's gonna stay anyway. If Liverpool that's turned his head,
contract, you can put a buyout clause in.
Yeah, well, I just don't know because all of a sudden you're going to be tied up for this contract, and you don't know.
You would be telling Anthony Gordon, "We didn't rate your son. Get on your bike."
That's not what I'm saying. We do rate you.
That's exactly what you're saying.
No, we do rate you, but you have to, as a footballer, you have to prove yourself. Yeah, you have to. Yeah. One season cannot be the defining thing.
I can go anywhere now. That's half a dozen clubs would buy me now, and I'll get 150. I'll get probably 200 grand a week.
You think any club would give Anthony Gordon 200 a week?
I do.
Why haven't they done it?
Well, because he's not up for sale and he's happy.
No, why have that's beyond the point. Anybody could come and say, Newcastle, can I talk to your player about potentially buying him? Yeah, not one single club has done that.
Contract, so they can't.
They can. They can say, they can say, I want to buy Anthony Gordon. Simple. And if you guys agree on the fee, then he gets sold with a contract on that. So why haven't any other club? Why haven't they done that? And on top of that, why did we double in that? We had to offer Gordon to sell him for PSR. Nobody came and said, "Let me get this Gordon kid. He's cheap."
Yeah, because he'd just been player of the season, and they thought they would be wasting that time.
The player of the season is Newcastle's award, so
Yeah.
It's not like the Premier League said, you know what, Gordon player of the season. It's Newcastle's award, so. I think we need to be skeptical of
results. He was also in the Premier League team of the year. Yeah, man.
He was the best. He was the best.
Absolutely. Yeah, bonkers, man.
He's the best. He was so according to the Premier League, you've seen that the Premier League have put him as the best left wing of the league.
He was in the Premier League team of the year. Yeah.
So he was the best winger in the league for the Premier League.
Well, according to them, he was.
No. So, I just I don't know. I'm skeptical because we do have a target that a one-hit wonder and nothing else happened there. And I know people have hope that he will be good at some point, but a squad player over 100, what is it, 150? He's on 150, isn't he? Or over 100, just 100.
He's on 60 now.
60?
No, so I'm talking about target.
Oh, he's on
150, yeah.
Yeah, that is unbelievable to me. That is unbelievable. So, and I'm not saying that he's not, but I think that we need to just be careful. He will be the best paid player in the club. I'm a little bit skeptical of that because I don't know if he is the most important player that needs to get that money because Isak will get that money. or has to at least. If Gordon gets 180, Isak has to be on 200. Because he is the
I'm not
one.
disputing that either.
Okay, well then now all of a sudden you're getting into murky waters, because if PSR is an issue, you cannot get rid of salary. Salary is salary every week, and so I'm just a bit skeptical. That's all. You know, I rate Gordon, but we got to see. We've got to see. Now, if he has another season like they won last season for us, then I'm with you. Give him 180. So I'm just saying. Alan Thompson says, I see both sides. Joe Linton has a new contract in the summer. Has he proved himself this year? But Gordon needs to be loved and deserves a new contract, Chris. Simple. After what's happened. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve a contract, but I don't know that he's earned the title to be the best paid player in the club. So maybe we can agree on a fee per se, but the best, don't know. What if so now let me ask you this question though. What if is we seeing some things happening with Harvey Barnes? What if he has the same type season that Gordon had last season, where he's amazing and he's actually winning you games, Harvey Barnes? So what do you do with Harvey Barnes then?
What you're saying, Gordon wasn't winning those games.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But if next season,
I don't know what you're saying. You got me beat.
But so pay attention though. Pay attention though, so you can understand. Pay attention, Phil Collins. Pay attention. So if Harvey Barnes, right, this season has an amazing season like Gordon did, winning games for Newcastle, at the end of next season, do you give 180 to Harvey Barnes as well?
Absolutely.
So one season of playing good, if we do that, what you're saying, we're gonna go broke in a matter of less than 2-3 years, man. Not technically broke, because our owners have unlimited. Our owners have unlimited money, but they can't spend. So salaries count against us for PSR. So we're just gonna get everybody that has a good season. We're gonna give them the best contract they can have. You've got to take care of their money, man.
We're going to give them the equivalent to what they can earn almost anywhere else. Obviously, we can't compete money-wise, revenue-wise with Man City, with Arsenal, with Chelsea, probably, with Liverpool to a degree. But we've got to be able to pay more than anybody bar those four can pay, or they'll be gone. Simple. They're in it for the money.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Well, if I'm just a bit skeptical.
You don't give anybody that sort of money. They've got to prove their worth
for a season, and that's enough to give them all that money.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's crazy to me. But what are you showing us there, Gary?
Well,
you're
Tony's
muted.
in Saudi, obviously.
You're muted.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. So this is obviously all the English players, according to Capology, that are on the highest earners. So if we look at number 3, if you look at Jack Grealish at 165, Gordon will obviously be third in this English list, above the likes of Jude Bellingham. You know what I mean?
Well, where's Sterling there? Sterling's on 320 grand a week, man.
Yeah, but this is English players, so Sterling's not classed as an English international.
Why not?
This is English international.
Not anymore, because he's not called up.
Not anymore. Yeah, because that's what I said. So these are just looking at the current squad as we are now.
Right,
the current squad. So this is all I can find at the minute, because I'm not a member of Capology. But if you look at this as a market, you've got to start saying to yourself, is Gordon as good as Jack Grealish?
Much Jack Grealish get paid?
165.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and bear in mind, he signed that contract 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Foden, look here, 124. It doesn't matter on the amount of money that you're making. It's up to you to sign the paperwork. and it's up to your agent to work out the best deal, isn't it? That's the way it works.
Yeah, that's fine. But that is a good example right there. That Foden is a proven Premier League upcoming star, and a player that plays for England. A player that plays for England day in and day out. Come on, man.
You can't get a game on Man City at the minute.
No. But see how you say things. You're trying to shape somebody's opinion or the fans' opinion that are watching us. He can't even get a game for City. Come on, don't be a joke, man. Don't be a joke. He plays or doesn't play, but it's not like he can't even get a game on Man City, because that makes him sound like a bum, and he's not. Nowhere near that. And Foden is Foden is
my favorite English player.
Foden has proven himself to be a better player than Gordon has over longevity, even though he's not old. So, to me, you're gonna tell me that Foden at Man City, that have unlimited funds almost, and that have more to spend, I guess you can say, they've built their establishment, unlike us that we're building. And you, after one season, you want to give everybody just money. Give them everybody. Everybody become the best player. You break that record every year. I'm not there yet. I'm just saying I'm not there.
I think that this is one of those things where, somebody had put it in Kim Kammer says, Gordon's still making his name and his trade at Newcastle. It's his, I would say, first biggest club, but obviously he's still growing into a player. Now, you have to think about it. Again, we're talking longevity of Newcastle here. We're not talking about players that are going to come in that we want to sell. I think what Mitchell's looking at now is we're looking at players that have the potential to get us money down the road. So if we can nail him onto a decent contract, yes, we may have to pay out a little bit of a wage for them, but all the top international players now are on around that money. And that's what I said.
Hang on, man. Hang on. What you showed there was English players, right?
Yes, just English.
But the Premier League is English full of foreigners.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, that's fine.
I'm not saying it's wrong or right. When I'm just saying you've got to hold on, mate, because you've had to say. Let's just hear a sec. What you've got to ask yourself now for Newcastle going forward, if we cannot keep a player at the club that will probably be valued of around £70 million, there's something wrong with our thinking going forward. He's got a new 2 years. He's got 2 years left on his contract. But in another 12 months, he'll go for virtually nothing.
Yeah, but
we won't get any money back for him.
If it's about it's about giving him a contract. If you tell me that you're giving him, how much is he on right now? 40? No, 70? 60. If you told me that you're going to go up 50% and go to 120, I'll shake your hand.
Yeah.
I'll shake your hand. It's a lot more. It's 50% of your salary in one season. I think that's fair. But to be the best paid player, and the rationale behind that of Mighty Win is any player that plays good for a season, you give him a contract. You're the best player.
It's not like that.
That cannot be.
No. Let me spin this. Maybe it's the agent of Anthony Gordon saying, well, the likes of Liverpool around the corner that will offer you a contract of this money for this period of time if you come to us. So his agent's going to be very clever, and he's going to say, if you want to keep Anthony Gordon here, you're going to have to pay this amount of wages to him. It's up to Newcastle to say yay or nay. Mm-hmm. That's the way I look at it. The agent will work and spin on the.
Yeah, they're going to have to come up. They're going to have to come up with a price, obviously. But
I'm not saying that's guaranteed.
Right, and that's why I don't. To be the highest paid player, I mean that means that there's 30.
The top 30 best players in the Premiership, the top 30 all earn more than £180,000 a week. At number 30 is
it depends on
Spurs, who's on 100. He's on 190 a week, and everybody above him is on anything up to Kevin De Bruyne, who's the highest earner, and he's on 400,000 a week.
Yeah, and is an obvious thing. Gordon is
But
nowhere
they're not
near.
English, so they're not on the list that you showed, Gary.
No, but as I was he's talking about English as an English national team players, man. Stop taking it out of context.
30 players who are on more than 190 grand a week.
Yeah. That's what I just said. I wasn't knocking it. I'm just saying.
How much?
Well, that's who you compare.
How much? How much?
Who you're comparing Gordon with.
How much? How much did Jude Bellingham get paid in Real Madrid?
164.
I've got no idea.
Just by that, there is absolutely no way in hell that I'm paying Gordon more than Jude Bellingham. There isn't. No. Even though Jude Bellingham is a young star as well, but he is performing at a level for a club that has it's another level, man. It's another level. Now, Jude 150. Even if you tell me, if you tell me 150 for Gordon, I'll tell you 140. You see what I'm saying? It's not really that much of a big deal. It's not much of a big. It's not much of a big deal. It's not much of a big deal. But the best paid player, almost 200 a week, I'm not taking that because he is not the. You're comparing to me. If you tell me the importance that Son has for Spurs is not the same. In Son, it has had established career. He's still active. It's not the same as
Raheem
Gordon.
Sterling, 325.
Yeah, but now you're gonna mention. Now you're gonna no. Hold on. Now you're
by the way,
hold on.
Jack Grealish, 300,000.
Now you're going to
week. Not whatever figure you had.
Well, that's according to your figure. So which one is right then? Because that's according to your figure. But what I'm trying to tell you, man, is I just don't think that Gordon is worth that much at this point. After one season only. If you tell me, bro, give him 50% raise, I'll shake your hand. 120, he'll live in the. Now he has one of the first Hummers in England. Imagine what he'll have when he gets on 120. So I'll shake your hand. That's great. That's perfect. That's just below Bruno, just below Joe Linton. It's certainly going to be below Isak, but he's going to be in that top four. So my concern is always going to be, what happens if Harvey Barnes has an amazing season? You're going to have to give him 182. What happens if Tonali comes back and that's a great season? You're going to have to give him another 120. I mean, another 180. So now you're going to get into muddy waters.
Yeah.
Now you're going to get into muddy waters because what about we're crying and complaining about not getting the squad, a deep squad. Well, look at all these salaries. How are you going to get more players if we can't do it with these salaries that we got now? You see what I'm saying? You have to think.
Like I said, it wouldn't surprise me whether this is literally just working off the agent who's trying to squeeze a little bit more coin out of us, because obviously the interest
that could be. But ultimately we agree on that or not. We're not going to be taken for ransom. But
why is that not going up? Because this is Capology, Jack Grealish Capology, 300,000 a week.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where that was from. I've just looked at it and I thought, oh, that's interesting when we're talking about wages, because it was on X, and I was just throwing it up there because I haven't looked at X.
And see, the thing is though,
the thing. What I'm saying is, first of all, that was in current English internationals only. And second of all, it appears to be incorrect. But third of all, you're not comparing Gordon with only current England internationals. You're comparing them with every other player.
But you get fixated. You get fixated on the smallest things, man. It's almost irrelevant, to be honest. The fact of the matter is, how much? Again, I just told you about an example. How much is Jude Bellingham? Forget the English. Well, apparently it's something because we can't buy a damn player. Jude Bellingham, how much does he play? Forget if he's English or if he's Cameroonian. Jude Bellingham, how much does he get paid?
Just so we're aware, look, let's just show you this. You see the letters here? Per week after tax. So Capology is obviously before tax. This is after tax.
Damn, they
So
take that much in taxes?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. The English government are fucking rich, man.
Well, that's why Tony's at the top, because obviously there's no tax in Saudi.
Tax, exactly. No, there's no tax.
Wow,
So there you go. That's the
unbelievable.
reasons why it's different. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't showing something that
right.
was
Well. So again, though, you're not comparing like for like, because we are talking about 180 grand a week gross.
Yeah,
not 180
that's what I
grand
said,
a week
without
net.
tax. Yeah, exactly.
But I just don't know. And RG Fox is saying, Chris, you can't drop players' wages if they done well. Gordon has done incredibly well since joining. I never said about dropping players' wages, never. So not really arguing with me there.
You're not comprehending the big picture, man.
Yeah, I am comprehending the big. That's the problem with you, that I'm actually comprehending the big picture.
No, you're not.
Yeah, because if after every good season you offer a player to be the highest paid player every time, you are.
We are knackered.
Literally.
You make a judgment on whether you think that is a one-season wonder, or whether you think
there is no judgment. There is no judgment, because you don't know the future. You don't have a magic ball to see the future. So what I would do is, I'm not telling you he needs to stay on 60. I'm telling you literally he can be on 120, 50% more of his salary right now. Incredibly well. Good race for a first year. And then he still has years left in his contract to say after the following season, oh wow, this guy has done amazing, even better than last season,
right?
Or the same. So now Gordon, with a year and a half or 2 years,
£100,000 a week, to put him on £100,000 a week, he's got to sign a new contract. Do you think he's going to sign a new contract for 100 grand a week? You're stupid, man. You're out your mind.
No, you're stupid, because I said 120, not 100. So just that alone, I guarantee you he does. I guarantee you he does. Who wouldn't sign a guaranteed contract of over 50%, a 50% raise on your contract?
100% raise, by the way.
Right, 100%. You're right. So who wouldn't sign that? Literally,
he wouldn't sign it because he knows he can go and get 200,000 anywhere else.
Well, he can. You can say he can say that, or he can think that. Nobody came for him. We had to offer him. We had to put a for sale sign on his forehead, and he was pissed off that we had to do that. No, we had to put a for sale sign because PSR, please take him for sale right now. He's a scout, so he'll be good for Liverpool if you want him. Nobody wanted him. So you know why? Because some top teams might just be thinking of the examples that you mentioned. I don't want to have another Sancho. I don't want to have another Raheem Sterling, where these crazy wages, but the guys don't seem to last or don't seem to play well. So let me see how Gordon performs in another season and see if he is maybe that good.
Chance because he'll be off.
Well, we shall wait and see. But it's interesting topic of discussion, to say the least. But Matt Thompson, 120 would be 100%. Yeah, right. I was saying 50. I'm sorry. I was not thinking there, but even better. It proves my point. So, and look, you can put a lot of things there. You can even put a bonus if he has another season like he did, this first one.
Need a bonus.
Yeah,
my wonderful scenario is everybody gets 20 grand a week and 100 grand a point.
Yeah, but the thing here is that I'm actually protecting the club. Players come and go, but I'm actually protecting my football club. So we shall wait and see what happens. Pete says, I don't think they offered Gordon to Liverpool. It was no, I didn't think they offered any, but they did offer. They offered Gordon. Gordon was offered for PSR constrictions. He was.
It was. He was.
Yeah, that's a fact, Pete. He was.
And he obviously didn't want
option if we couldn't sell Anderson and
and he was upset, I'm sure, because I'm like, rightly so, probably.
Well, you're saying that yourself. That's absolutely right.
It was a nuclear option if they couldn't sell him into right.
But he was definitely
Jesus, I'm not getting your diatribe, Chris. Do we up his contract or let him have marvelous season and pay even more to sign up? No, so it's clear what I say. You just have to pay attention and listen to it. I said give him 100% pay raise, pay him 120, 130. I'll give you 10,000 more.
He'll not
120,
take it.
130 a week per week from that contract. And if he performs the same, then you
He'll not
actually
take it.
go for. Well, you don't know. The last thing I know, you're not AG's agent, so we shall wait and see.
And neither are you, by the way.
No, but I'm telling you what I would. I'm telling you what I would do.
We'd be sacking you.
I'm telling you what I would do. I don't speak for anybody. I'm telling you what I would.
No, he'll be telling his agent, "I want
and by the way,
£200,000 a week."
Okay, well, let's see. Let's see if there's another club that does that. Why haven't they come for him? If you told me Man City put in an offer,
he's under contract and he's not for
it
sale,
doesn't
so
matter. Why do you make contracts a big deal, man? Anybody can ask for any player. We did it with Gehi. Or wake up, man.
They can ask the club.
Exactly, and they have to talk to the player. If the player says, "Well, I'm open to leave Newcastle," the fella's open to leave. How much you want for him? If he's open to leave, you got to let him go.
I'm just knocking my head against a brick wall here.
No, you're not. You just don't want to understand. You think that
pay players what understand, man.
Pay players what you want.
What top Premiership players are being paid?
No. I don't want to have another Sancho. I don't want to have another Raheem Sterling. I don't want to have those. So I'm actually. It's one season that he performed this well. One. Can I have two? Can I just have the security of having 2 seasons, maybe?
No, sorry, you can't. No, you've got to put your money on the line. You've got to back the horse.
No. Well, that's just me, man. Because if you do that with every player,
without paying for it,
if you do that with every player, then you're done. You
don't do it with every player. You do it with selected players.
Okay, but I just asked you. I just asked you if Harvey Barnes plays the same way. You got to offer him the best paying job, the best paying wages as well, right?
If he's got the right attitude.
If Tonali does the same thing, you got to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
And so by that time, you're done. You have no money to spend on any new players. So that's what I'm getting to.
Hopefully you do, because then you've got the revenue coming in.
From who?
We are in a situation. We are in a limbo situation at the minute. So you basically you want to be a selling club.
No, I don't. I never said anything. I never said a one. See, you are.
It's the only. It's the only.
I never
option.
said. No, I didn't. I didn't say sell players. Never said that. So you're just putting words in my mouth.
Well, you're not going to keep players if you don't pay them what they're worth.
No, you're trying to get players what they want, and that's a different discussion.
No, I'm trying to pay them.
No, you're trying to pay them what they want. And if you pay them what they want, you're not good. You're done.
What is the going rate?
But let's put it to a poll. Would you make, what would you pay Gordon? Gary, I don't know if you want to chime in. Just stay quiet.
Well,
I'm just listening. It's like I said, it's not something that you could argue on, because it's an hypothetical point. I mean, they're saying around the 1.8. Now, at the end of the day, it's up to Newcastle to say yes or no.
Okay, right.
No, but if you that's an obvious thing. But I mean, what would you make him the best paid player in the club?
Like I said, to me, it's up to negotiation. If they start at 180, I'd probably say he certainly deserves to be on the 150 with Kelly. So that would probably be my starting line at 150, and that's what that's what this is all about. Well, again, it's about talking to the right people.
The Kelly thing is a bit of a red herring, because that includes his.
Yeah, we say that, but the facts are that he's on 150,000 a week and targets on 100,000 a week, and that's what I said. It's fact. It's what's in front of you, and everybody can see what they're on. For me, you have to start. You have to have a negotiating point to start from. So if they say that they want 180, we start at 150, and then we meet in the middle somewhere. You'll probably end up around about the 165 mark.
Yeah,
170. It's better than, you know.
To the people in the chat, though, yeah, we know we don't decide anything. It's an obvious thing. So, but we're discussing, right? Yeah, we know we don't have a damn say. So it's an obvious thing that. But what we would do is the question. So the poll is up. What would you pay Gordon? Make him the best paid player, or pay him between 120 to 150? So which is what I say. Mighty win whatever it is that he wants. 300, 500, give it to him. And then
That's not what I
Barnes
said at
plays
all.
well. You
That's
did
not
say
what I
that.
said at all.
Yeah, you did say you make him the best paid player.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I said they've offered him 9 grand. They're 9 million. That's 180 grand a week. And I said, yes, he's worth 180 grand a week. That's what I said. And that makes him currently the highest player at the tune. Because the rest have already signed their contract. Now, Isaac, they're offering Isaac a new contract. Do you think Isaac's going to sign for any less than 180 grand a week? But if you do, you're off your rocker. You'll go anywhere and get 300 grand a week.
But see, that's the difference between you and I. You're off the rocker, as you say, if you think that Isaac is the same as Gordon. You have definitely lost a screw. If you think that Isaac is valuable, the same is worth the same to Newcastle than Gordon. Isaac is if Isaac is fighting with Haaland to be the best striker in the league. So we got to separate.
No, last season he was. To quote you, that was last season. I think he needs to do it for another season. There you go.
Well, I'll shake your hand. Let's go in another.
But except you're not going to keep him to get another season out of him.
Isaac is different because he guarantees you goals. That's a different thing. He guarantees you goals. LAT says
how do you know
on
that?
a similar first of all he's a striker. He's a striker, so he will score goals.
He's only done one season. He is a striker. He's not a centre forward.
Yeah. On a similar point, is this one of Eddie's downfalls? Given the likes of Target, Kelly, and Wood. Wood was on 150.
No, he wasn't.
Oh my God! Well,
Kelly's
just the fact that
the reason Kelly
you can reason whatever you want.
Kelly's on 150 is because it's effectively the 10 million or 20 million, whatever you would have paid for his transfer fee, spread over the 5 years of his contract, on top of the whatever 60, 70 grand a week he would have been on.
Yes, he's still on. Ladies and gentlemen, just to translate into proper English, he's still on 150 a week. So there you go. You're doing a lot of looping around and driving around the building to get into the same building.
You mean I'm being sensible?
Foxy says Isak to be best paid. There you go. I agree with that. Bruno will automatically get the same with his clause in the contract. Gordon 150 to 200. Crazy wages, but that's the game now. Super Mish, welcome to the channel, mate. First time I'm seeing you, so hopefully you'll like the debate, the super opinionated chats. Supremish. I say Supremish. There you go. Isak is worth more. Gordon is only worth big money because of his nationality. Oh, you see, that's not really though. Not really. He isn't, because he's not a valuable player to England yet. That's the thing. And people think with the okay, where's Wood from?
And by the way,
where's Chris Wood? Where was Chris Wood? Where's he born at?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Oh, he's New Zealand. That's good. That's good. Anybody that's born in England is good. Okay. With the Margee, people didn't want to understand it, didn't want to believe it, but the fact that he was key to England in the European competition, and he's still playing for England as a starter, that's a whole different world. That's a whole different ball game than being somebody that's on the bench and never played. You can say that that's because of Southgate's inability to understand the game. I agree with you in a lot of that. However, he's still, not a key player for the team. So now, if he was, I would tell you, well, it's a different ballgame now. It's a different thing. Steven says, Chris, of Isak goals, how many Anthony Gordon set up? I'm assuming a few of those. Yeah, 100%. 100%. How many did Murphy set up? What are we going to do with Murphy? That's the question.
It's a never-ending debate, isn't it?
Exactly.
There's no way of getting out of it, because some people will always look at wages and go, how the hell is he on that much?
It's all down to it's dead simple. It's down to the market.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah, it's down to the market. You know what the price of I drive trucks, by the way. This is the United States, rural America. We drive trucks. So just put it into context. A big 250 power Super Duty diesel. It's probably cost about 120, brand new, platinum.
I got no idea where you're going with this.
Platinum truck that you listen, you might learn something. 120 for the whole truck. $120,000 for the whole truck, brand new, platinum, everything on it. That's the market. Do I have enough to afford it? That ain't the market's problem. It's my problem if I don't have the money to afford it. Does Newcastle United have the money to give every player that plays good for one season 180, 200 every year? Then I think that's the question.
You were wanting to do with Isaac on the back of one season.
To me, Isaac is because he's shown it to be important. To me, he's
right,
important. And he hasn't even played. He hasn't even played. And Isaac hasn't. Isaac hasn't even played the same amount of games that Gordon did last season, and he was more of an important.
You're going to make him the best player when you're going to be missing him half the season.
No, that is not true. That is not true. He's not made of glass. He's not made of glass. How can you prove he's made of glass? Callum Wilson is made of glass. Come on, man. You want to win the debate, but it's clearly not happening. Clearly not happening.
Chris, honestly, I'm not even bothered because you just don't understand.
Well, you should be because 58% agree with me, 42 with you. So just there you go. And that it is what it is, man. You said put it to a vote. I told you shouldn't have done that. Because that's another debate that you're losing.
Put it to a vote. You decided to put it to the vote.
Well, because you decided
out the word. You decided out the word to vote.
No, you said you didn't want to give 120 to 150 to Gordon. As simple as that. You said make him the best paid player.
Yeah, because I think if
then so the options are good.
If that's if that's what you offer him, you lose him.
Yeah, LAT says
sign the contract.
In my opinion, you both have valid points. You have to pay your best players top money. To keep Gordon, he has to be on big money, and he should be. Top 3 for earners. I think that if you give 150, it should be good. I think we dropped. See, this is the thing. Newcastle to finish this stream with Gary's point. Newcastle is the one that is the ultimate decider, and maybe they didn't do a good job by offering Kelly at 150 and target 150 once upon a time because now. As we said, excuse me. No, you can't forget. It's 150. And that's why before when we were talking about J7, when we were talking about J7, when we were talking about J7 renewing, a lot of us said, excuse me, let me finish. We said, a lot of us said, well, how can he not be winning a lot more money? Because Target doesn't play a damn game and he's on 150. And now Kelly.
No, Target's on 100.
You said 150, but he's over 100. But Joe Linton was under 100, so it's still a valid point. Then a lot of those guys can say, well,
J7's new contract is 150.
Right. Well, okay, that's good, but it wasn't
Bruno's
before. So a lot of those guys can say, well, what will stop Bruno, for example, next season? To say, all right, well, I'm on 150. Kelly's on 150. Who is more important to the team?
Because Kelly's irrelevant.
Gaffer? No, he's not irrelevant.
He's not irrelevant.
He's
you're
not
taking into consideration.
No, he's not because players
he's signing on fee.
Players don't give a damn about that. Players say he's on 150. I'm on 150.
Right. So you say the reason Kelly is on 150 is because he allowed his contract to run down. So he was a free agent. Bruno isn't a free agent.
So you're going to tell that to Bruno, and Bruno's going to say, oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. And walk away.
That's exactly what I'm going to. I'm saying you stick on your 150. Hang on.
That's not going to happen.
On your 150 till the end of your contract, and then you'll be able to go somewhere else for 400.
Well, there you go. Okay. Well, we got
100 million to buy it.
we gotta end the show on that note. Good debate. But of course, let's end the poll in the people's chat. This is the people's channel, ladies and gentlemen. The people have voted once again. I'm undefeated, man. I'm like Floyd Money Mayweather, man. I'm like this, and people just keep throwing punches left and right, and I'm just like so the people have voted, of course. In 57% agree with the mighty. No, sorry, forget with the mighty American Mag. AKA Phil Collins. I know there's no fixing here, man. No fixing polls like Joe Biden. No fixing at all, brother.
The election's rigged.
You're right, supremacist. But thank you so much for tuning in and understanding that it's just banter, it's just debate. We're not here to agree, but we all want Newcastle United to succeed. And hey, Jam Stasher, I want to settle in the box room. It ain't it, man. Come on, man. This old man couldn't even last, bro.
You wait till he gets the swans out of that jumper. I'm telling you now.
Exactly. Justice for the mighty win, says Beer
like Marvelous Marvin.
But anyways, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. Seriously, we appreciate everybody that super chat, everybody that donated memberships. Keep them coming if you can. Keep them coming because you definitely help us support the channel. Help us pay the bills and keep going with this journey. Thank you so much. How are the lads? From the mighty win, from Gary and the happy Klaba. There you go. Appreciate everybody. See you on the next one, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.